recovery process like, and where are you right now?
Yeah, I feel good. Spent the first couple weeks in the off season coming in here and doing what I can to strengthen the different muscles around the area to help feel more comfortable. And I think this off season was centered a lot on that. Feel good and ready to go.
Is there any worry in the back of your mind? It was the same, your
Mm-hmm.
left or right?
Right knee.
Right knee. It was your right knee each time this season,
Mm-hmm.
or last season, right? Is there any concerns about that going into this new season?
I wouldn't say concern. Obviously, it might be in my mind, but not really too worried about it in general. I think I've done a lot this offseason to make it feel as close to normal as possible, and we'll continue to do stuff every day to make sure it feels good.
What were the conversations like this offseason? I know obviously you have the extension, but regarding where you will be playing this season without Darlington, there's always an option of moving back up. Have you kind of figured that out yet, or is that still a work in progress?
I think it's still a work in progress. I think once we get the new staff in, and I think we kind of have those conversations, and they kind of implement what they want to their tactics and everything within the team. I think things will kind of start to fall in place a little bit, and hopefully become more clear.
What was that like for you, learning that Wilfred was departing, and then Issa just said you've all kind of talked a little with Henrik, the conversation, just learning who he was.
Yeah, obviously, kind of closed that chapter in our lives and in the club. We had a lot of success with them, and a grateful for his time here. But I think everyone's, flipped ahead to this new chapter that we have in store. Had the conversations with them, and I think it's exciting. I think everyone should be excited about him and what his staff wants to come in and implement. I know that everyone here is ready for him to be here and hit the ground running and be ready to go for that first game.
What has he said to you?
Just, it's not what he said to me, but it's just kind of the level of comfortability you can already see with the conversation you have with him. He's the person you can go to with anything, it seems, and he's a quiet voice, at least on the conversation, but someone that you can rely on to have your back.
Hey, congrats on the contract extension.
Thank you.
What was your reaction when you heard Laurent Courtois was joining the staff?
Brought back some good memories. Just kind of with this time here. Having him around the facility again is great. Having him within the team is great. He's someone who, kind of from the first day I got here, has been a big part of my journey here, and so I'm grateful to have him back.
From the outside looking in, this roster appears to be very comfortable. A dozen players from the 23 Cup title game. In addition to Wessam Abu Ali, who has a couple of league championships and a scoring title under his belt, and now you've got a coach who's accustomed to winning league championships. Is there an overriding sense of confidence here that, wow, we've all been there before, we could do it again?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's kind of been everyone's mentality and thought process ever since they stepped in the doors here. We know what this club stands for. We know what this club always wants to compete for trophies, and I think we have the players and the staff to do that, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Thanks.
You mentioned Brianna not knowing for sure where you'll be going into a preseason. Is that somewhat difficult? I know you played both positions and are comfortable there, but just not having that kind of vision of here's how my season might play out.
A little bit, kind of the indecisive side of things, but just going to attack every day, wherever in training, wherever position I'm going to be at. I'm going to kind of learn the system that way, and whenever the adjustment comes to switching positions, I'll do the same thing. Just kind of do what I've done the last couple of years, is adjusting to whatever's put in front of me, and I'll give everything I can for the club and for the guys around me.
Having Laurent back, you already said it's nice having him around, but somebody that at least some of you guys are familiar with in training, does that help a little bit when you don't have a coach here yet?
Yeah, I think so. I like the comfortability of having him around. You know what he expects, you know how he thinks, and just being able to kind of bounce things off of him while we wait. I think that's really nice to have.
Have you seen, I don't know if growth or change is the right word for him? Obviously, he had this experience in Montreal. Do you notice any differences, good, bad?
As of now, I wouldn't say so. I just think it's nice to see him again, more so than anything else, and just seeing his face again, and being able to have the conversations that we had with him a couple years ago. So just excited for that.
Sean, during the process, what, for lack of a better word, anxieties or maybe fears did you have just with not knowing, and then how were those anxieties relieved once you had a conversation you mentioned with Brianna that you felt at ease with talking with them?
I wouldn't say anxieties or anything like that. I think it was just kind of when's it going to happen and who's it going to be. I know the front office and everyone always has the best interest at heart for everyone, all the candidates, whoever it may be. And I think everyone was just excited for the opportunity to see who it was going to be. And then once having that conversation with them, it kind of releases a little bit of it, to feel comfortable now that, all right, he's someone who's had success in the past, and now he's coming to a club that's had success. And how can we match up and continue to build a team and continue to take us to new heights?
And as you begin preseason training, what are you looking for in these first couple of days and weeks that will tell you that you guys are on the right path toward being as prepared as possible for the season opener?
I think the most important thing right now is building fitness and building that cohesiveness that we had. Obviously, it was a long off season, and how can we get back to where we're fitness-wise and giving everything? It's easy to kind of go through the motions sometimes, especially with the staff not being here. But how can we lean on each other to push each other more and get us to game ready as soon as possible? And looking forward to that first game.
Change can be good. Change can be a little scary. As it pertains to the crew specifically, what's the best part of this coaching change that you see, and maybe what's the most challenging part?
I think first off, the most challenging part is it's someone coming from a different country, and I think a little bit now is waiting game to see when he'll get here, and we might be behind the eight ball a little bit in terms of how we want to, when he comes in, implements his style and kind of getting that across to us. But I think it's exciting also in the same scenario, just because it's someone new. It's a new chapter, and it's a new opportunity to continue to see what heights we can reach as a club, and how can we continue to bring a brand of football that the city can enjoy and that everyone within the organization can enjoy.
Is there a bit of a gut check's too strong, but depending where you are in the pecking order on a team, a new coach comes in, it can be like,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a clean slate for everyone. It's a new coach. He doesn't really, he'll watch maybe some clips, some video of years past to get to know everyone. But at the end of the day, he's coming in, and it's a clean slate for everyone to show him what you're capable of. And I think that's also, it can be a little nerve-wracking for some. And how can you kind of put that aside and just go out and do what you're able to do? And he'll make the decisions, and I think everyone respects that.
In sort of reading about Henrik's style, players kind of talked about being comfortable in the uncomfortable, which I think you guys have done with Wilfried. It's different, I think, in how you may go about it, but that idea of just being uncomfortable in situations that other guys, how much do you think that can help you kind of speed that along once he does it?
Yeah, I think with the history we have of, like you said, of being uncomfortable is beneficial to us. It's different if you're always so regiment in what you do, and now having a coach like him come in and, like you said, being comfortable with the uncomfortable, and having the history of that, it gives us a little jump on everyone, I would say, and won't make that transition period as hard, I would say. So yeah.